Hey, what is going on, everyone? My name is Victius, and welcome to Prison Architect. So, Prison Architect is a prison management game, and you essentially have to build up a prison from scratch, choosing, uh, how the inmates are gonna live and kind of trying to fulfill their needs and basically just running a prison in general. So we're here on the prison management screen, and we have to choose whether we want a male prison or a female prison. And I'm going to go for a male prison because the female prisons, they do require some stuff that the male prison does not. And we also have to choose the warden that we're going to have, and we have 6 to choose from. But for this playthrough, I'm just going to go with the normal warden, or just the warden. We are going to have a medium slot prison because we can always sell the prison and then build a new one when we get further on. Fog of War is going to be turned on. Then you need cameras to see areas or have your guards stationed in that area. Forests are going to be on, lakes and buildings will not. We are going to have gangs as well as weather and temperature. I'm not too sure about that one yet because it's been a long time since I played this game, and weather and temperature, you kind of need to have heaters and hot water and all of that. It makes it a little bit more complicated, and I'm not going to go that for this playthrough. Maybe eventually we will. We will have staff needs, however, because that's a new feature that I have not tried yet. Events, well, let's just turn events on. How bad can it be? Weather and temperature is the only thing that we will not have on. So let's just get into it. Now, this is where we're going to build our prison. We get the workmen here, which are the ones that are going to build the prison for us. And then we basically just have to build the prison. Yeah, that's kind of the whole idea for this. Now, I haven't really thought of this on how I'm going to do it. So what I'm thinking is that I will just sketch out a design for the prison and then I will come back to you. But before we do that, we will go in here in the reports and go to grants, because then you can get some more money to build your prison. We're going to go with the basic detention center. That's basically, you need to create all of these things to ensure that your prison can at least run. You need a holding cell, shower, yard, kitchen, canteen, and some guards and some cooks, of course. And we're also going to go for administration center, which is offices, so you can have the warden hired and hire an accountant and all of that. So that is the grants that I'm going with for now. Eventually we can take up 3, but for now we can only take up 2. But I will quickly sketch out how this prison is going to be, and then I will come back to you. Alright guys, I have now sketched out the design of how I think the prison should look at a start here. So quickly running through it before we get into building it. Up here, this weird square right here is going to be the yard. The yard is pretty much a place where the inmates will come and chill out in their free time. They can do stuff here like work out or speak on the phone, or I'm gonna have some phone booths here so they can kind of like talk to the family and stuff. Then down here we have the cells. After building this, we will have a max capacity of 24 prisoners, which is it's okay. It's okay as a start. We don't have too much money, so I wouldn't over exaggerate the building too much. Then here we have this is going to be the kitchen, and then we have the cantina. The shower will be here for now. It will be moved over here at one point when we get some more detention blocks. Then we have the holding cell. This little walkthrough here is going to be the reception area. We're not going to build that up as a start. It will be something at one point, but we are going to leave this an empty space until we can assure that we have the money to build the reception. Then up here we have pretty much the staff area. We are going to have the water pump and the electricity in here. Then we have 5 offices right here. And I think this might be the kitchen for the staff, and then the staff room, and then we can do some stuff with this. I don't know what yet. But this is going to be the layout as a start. Let's just go ahead here and close all intake, because for one, I do not want any minimum security. We're only going to go for medium security, which gives a $500 payout. There's different payouts, but really what it means that you get money every time you get a prisoner, you get money, but you also get cash flow from having these prisoners, and all prisoners give the same cash flow, only that the payment you get for taking in the prisoner is not the same for everyone. Like max security is obviously more for taking in a max security, but you don't get more money in cash flow just because you have max security. So I'm not going to take max right now. We might at some point if we decide to go for a new prison or something. And that's one thing that's bugging me over here. I can't, is this the same length? 10 and 11. So no, it's not. I'm just quickly going to fix that, because I am going to go insane if that is not the same. There we go. Okay, let's get started. So firstly, I think we should go ahead and go into, materials right here. And we find the fence. The fence is what we're going to build up here. Actually, I don't think these spots are supposed to be in. But basically, this just locks in the area so people can't escape. And we're also going to throw down a road gate so that they're in this hole in the middle. So that would suck. Yeah, we might as well just build all the fences before getting into building the actual prison. Now we have closed intake, but we also do have to be aware that we don't use all of our money yet, because we can't really afford it. We need to build this up as well. And the reason there's a hole here is because we're going to put in a staff door so that only the staff can enter this area, because we don't want any inmates in here. But while they do that, let's just speed up the process a little bit. We might have to employ some more workers. Maybe I should do that. We have some cash flow to work with, so we could potentially, that's not in there, it's in here, get 2 more workers. It will cost us $1,000, but we will also get things done. The only problem with the fence is, yes, it's cheap. We could have gone ahead and used the perimeter wall, but it costs $200 per square. That's like one of these, whereas the fence only costs 3. So it's a lot cheaper, like a lot cheaper. We also need actually to put the fence in here in the yard, because we need to keep people inside the yard when they're supposed to be inside the yard. Let's just sketch out. I think the entrance is going to be there as well. This entrance is going to be right there. Okay. So as I said, we could have used the perimeter wall to keep people out of throwing things over the wall. With this fence, like, things can get thrown over it, and the prisoner can just go out here and pick up the stuff. So here as at a start, before we get to the point of having metal detectors and all of that, we need to be aware of people running off into these areas out here. And if they do, we need to search them, because then they are probably going out to get some contraband that they are not allowed to have. We might as well put in the jail doors now. They will not lock until we get in some prisoners. I feel like going with a concrete right there. And we basically have to build foundations all around these places, which is going to be the most expensive part about this. And I am actually pretty scared that we might not have enough money to get all of it done. I think we have exactly the amount of money we need to get that done. And then we'll see if we have enough money to actually also put in some stuff into this. But we do have the cash out up there. When we, for example, complete 2 offices and hire a warden and all of that, we get the amount that stands there. Like when I complete the basic detention center, I get the 10 grand for doing that, which is nice. And I just realized I forgot to do something. I should have turned off auto lights, because that is just pricey. They install lights like everywhere, and you don't need that many lights. We're gonna have to live with that. Let's throw in these doors because they do need entrances, or else they will not work. We also need to have the jail doors over there. They won't get complete free access. They have to damn, I clicked on that by mistake. They have to kind of be in this place when they're supposed to be there, and when they're not supposed to be in there. So that's kind of why we have the jail doors. So many lights, $3,000 on light. But let's get all of this queued up as well. Put some concrete walls and kind of split this up. So we maybe can start to work towards getting the 10 grand payout. We also up here have to, actually let's use brick walls inside here, just to not make it so much of a prison for the staff, because they would probably not like that, and I can see why they would not like that. We need to put in the electricity and then run out cables throughout the entire prison, or throughout the entire prison that need lights. That is, I think we're gonna put some lights in the yard to kind of make that a little bit prettier. We will also install jail doors there. And now we can actually, I think if we take objects, nope, that gets rid of it all. We don't need to get rid of it all yet. We'll do that when we have finished building the prison. So I do have to apologize. This first episode is only going to be building the prison, and then the next episode is going to be when we get prisoners, because there's just too much to be done here. I think we'll go with completing the detention center first. So we do actually need to build up this area so we can get some cells. And I think we will get to assign the rooms. So assign all of this as shower. This is holding cell. Then we need the cantina and the kitchen. Yeah. And then we need cells, of course. And these are pretty easy to assign. You can just do like this, and we actually locked in. Oh, damn. We locked in one of our own. So let's get into installing the doors so she can get out, and we ran out of money. This could actually be bad. I should not have bought all the doors. I should just have. Oh damn, how are we gonna do this now? I can't believe we run out of money. Then we need to chop down some trees. That is how you get money if you run out. So let me just get some trees chopped down, because then we can sell the trees. So I will be back whenever I have some money again. See you in a second. Okay guys, I am back and I have finally come up with some money again. As you can see, the forest up here is now gone, and all of the logs are down here at exports, and they are being exported out, which grants us money. As you can see, we have $900 payout for exports and $8,000. Pretty much what is going on here is that this little truck driver gets out, takes all of the logs, put it on the truck, and then goes. We just had a quick autosave there, and now we get some more money for exports, and that is great. That is lovely. That is lovely. And now we can actually continue building the prison without having the problem of no money. So we need to get the shower up and running, which is pretty easy actually. You just need to take these shower heads, put them on like this. Now they can get cramped, like feel like they are standing too close, but it's not really a problem with like a small prison like this. It's not the biggest problem in the world. And the holding cell, we just need to have a bench, and they need to have a can so they can do their business, do their paperwork, whatever you want to call it. Right now I'm just aiming to get these 10 grand so we can really focus on building it. So in the kitchen we need a cooker, which is basically just a stove. We need one of those. We need a fridge. There we go. And we need a sink. And the sink is going to be up there, and that's to wash the dishes. And in the cantina we need a serving table, and we need a regular table and a bench, but we're going to put 2 benches. That is basically all we need to get this grand. Now we just actually need to finish the yard, and that's pretty easy. You just go in here, go to yard, and then put it, and that's it. Then we need 2 guards. I shouldn't have bought 3. That is so bad. Staff, get away. We need to get some more money again. There we go. And there we go. Now we can hire. That was such a failure on my part. And we can get 2 cooks. And we got the 10 grand. So that is good. That is great. Potentially right now we could take in prisoners because we have the holding cell and they could stay in here. But you don't want so many inmates to stay inside the holding cell. They would get mental. They would not be able to control themselves, and we do not want that right now. What we will do though, we'll install the water pump, power station, and a capacitor. Capacitor does so that the power station has more power and can pretty much just run more lights and electric components and whatever it needs to run. And yeah, we have lights now. And now to get into the real annoying part, we need to cable the whole prison so everybody gets power. And that is a bitch to do that. But I have my methods. I think this will be a pretty good layout to begin with. So let's hope that they will get this done quickly. They install it in such weird patterns. I mean, some of them may start down here and some up here, and it can take forever to just get this one piece installed. And I can see why they're not just going down, but then again, it's probably AI, and yeah, you can't always control AI. I get that. We also need to get some pipes running. That will also take some time. We need to kind of place this in a way. Oh, and by the way, we need to power the water pump. So we need to place this in a way that people aren't going to use it as an escape method. I think through the holding cell, let's just run it through the holding cell. And yeah, maybe a little bit out, and then just all the way over here. So I think we'll maybe run it up and then run it across here. And just have it like, if they dig out, they dig out. And the only out they're going to have is up here. If it was like on the other side of this, it could be bad, but here I don't think it can be any trouble. Hopefully not, at least. And why is there no power? Oh, that is right. We need the capacitor. I can't say that today. Capacitor. There we go. I didn't fuck it up this time. Well, I did, but not the second time. Great. The power station is overrun, which means it crashes. It kind of locks itself down, which means no power whatsoever in the prison. And we can fix that by installing these capacitors up here. And then we can try and switch it on. And now we can run. The whole prison is lit up, except for this part, but it will be. It will be when we actually need to use it. And then we can start focusing on the office. Because we need to, for now we need to have 2. There we go. We need to have 1 for the warden and we need to have 1 for the accountant. So we can get the last 5 grand. And now that I look at this, this is really bad. But I did actually, I did build too much. I did build too much for the amount that we had available to build with, and that sucks. I think let's at least get some of the cells working. So we need some beds in here. We'll just maybe get half of them working, and then yeah, let's put. See, now if we put his toilet right here, he will have an easy exit to get out of here. It will only be like 4 tiles to dig to get out of here. Up here though, it will be the same almost, but it's still 1 tile more to dig, and it will take him some more time to get that done. And now when there's a straight line, we can just take this and run it all the way through. And that should give us some water. We also need water here, of course. This might actually be we can just do like this, I guess, and then hope that they can all reach out here. I think it should be able to, but then again, I'm not sure, because water travels further in the long pipes, or well, travels forever in this big pipes and not forever in the small pipes. We actually need some power up here, so we do need to take this electrical cable, run it up here, and that should grant us power in the rest of the cells. And it's there. I think 1 is enough. I don't think it has to touch the middle. It actually has to touch the middle. Okay. Make sense, but it didn't have to back in the day when I first started playing. This game is actually really old. Well, not really old, but it's not new anymore. I started playing it when it was in the alpha state, and now it's like full release state, but still getting updates. It's a great game. It's a really, really cool game. If you think from now what you have seen, if you think this would be a game for you, I will have a link down in the description to where you can buy this game, and it will be on Steam. The link will be to Steam, so you have to buy the game on Steam. I'm not sure if you can get it anywhere else. I know you can also get the game for PS4 and maybe Xbox. I'm not too sure on that one. And on iPad, actually, iPad and Android maybe. They did have a mobile version released, but I'm not too sure if it was only iPad or also Android. But yeah, you can run it on these other platforms as well. So now the prison is pretty much getting to a state where we should be able to take in some inmates. I guess we can just build this up. I don't know. It will cost too much, so we can't do that. We can, though, get rid of all of these helping lines because we don't need them anymore, except the ones in the staff area. So there we go. The prison. Actually, damn, I forgot to make the pathways. We'll do that next time. Next time we are going to take in inmates, and we're going to have the prison built finished. And now I actually remove this as well. I will just build this up again, no problem. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like. It will help me out a lot. And also leave any comment if you have something that I'm doing wrong. I could be doing something wrong. If I'm doing something wrong, tell me in the comments. And yeah, just tell me your thoughts on the game. If you have played it before, do you enjoy the game? If so, leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.